What is up, guys? Welcome back to Grab Crypto. We have a ton to talk about today. Jerome Powell just delivered his speech and said absolutely nothing about quantitative easing or anything regarding interest rates or anything us crypto holders really care about, to be honest. Remember, everything I say in this video is not financial advice. It's just what I've been doing for the past 5 years in crypto, where I see it going, what kind of plays I'm making, to share my opinions with you guys, to help you guys further your investments and make the best decision possible in your eyes. So take everything I say with a grain of salt and let's dive right into it. We've got some really big news happening in crypto, some super bullish momentum coming. Very stoked for this week. President Trump is meeting with Xi this week. I don't know what they're going to discuss. Hopefully it's regarding the tariffs because the market does not like uncertainty. Once we have a clearer picture of what is actually going on with the tariffs between the US and China, I feel like crypto is going to have some more momentum. Ever since that huge drop from what was it 109 to 74 because of the whole tariff news, the market just doesn't really know what's next to come. Once these tariffs are all figured out, I feel like the markets are going to see more upward momentum. MicroStrategy bought another 700 Bitcoin. This guy is incredible. Non-stop purchases. He is making some people concerned because his stock price has been diluted, but it is because he's selling shares to buy more Bitcoin. I made a little short on it the other day, but if you didn't see it, he's pretty much selling his own shares of his company to buy more Bitcoin, which causes the price of Bitcoin to go up. And as the price of Bitcoin is going up, the stock price is going up. And as the stock price is going up, he is having more money to sell the stock and reinvest in Bitcoin to produce this ever-going circle of a kind of a financial hack against Wall Street. And a lot of companies are doing this now. There's Metaplanet. There's another one in Europe. I forgot the name. I think it's the blockchain company or something like that. But a lot of these companies now are starting to become Bitcoin treasury companies and start putting most of their company's balance sheet into Bitcoin to grow the company. Crazy thought, but I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of these companies come up in the near future. Jerome Powell to resign today, that was BS. That did not happen. I don't know why this was going around X the past 2 days, but he definitely did not resign. I think there would have been market chaos in probably the downside direction if this were to happen. As I said earlier, the market does not like uncertainty, and if Jerome Powell was to resign, they would think something happened between him and Trump during their conversation last week. So that did not happen, for the record. There's almost no Bitcoin left to buy. This is one trader that I've been following for a while that I think I posted in my last video. But the exchanges are at an all-time low, meaning get your Bitcoin off the exchanges. Get it off Coinbase, get it off Kraken. And the demand is increasing so much that these exchanges are now needing to purchase it themselves in order to have the people purchasing it on the exchange to have their Bitcoin. It's going to be really interesting to see what these exchanges do once they really start to run out. The last thing I want to talk about is the global M2 supply. I've mentioned this in a few other videos, but this is crazy. It is literally skyrocketing, and Bitcoin lags with about a 10-week behind period where it took a little dip, as you could see in the chart. And I'm not sure when it's going to pull up. It seems like 1037 is going to be the local low for Bitcoin. If it goes below that and closes a daily candle below 1035, I'd be a little concerned. But it doesn't seem like it's going to do that based on the global M2 and how closely correlated Bitcoin is with it. Now, looking at this chart, it hits a peak of about $130,000. And that's, let's say it's a 10-week ahead number. Puts us at about June, July, mid-August, we should be around 135K. To be honest, I think Bitcoin is going to go a lot higher than 135K by August. My projection is about 150 by the end of July. I watched something else by another trader show a different chart and different levels from the previous cycle of 2021 and 2017 after the halvings. And it seemed to me as if like a local top could be 178. There is more room to grow than just this $132,000 level. Every time the global M2 chart goes up, Bitcoin follows it with about an 8 to 10 week period. Now, I'm not saying put all your money in Bitcoin. This is the direction it's going because there is breaking news that could draw the price down. There's also breaking news that can draw the price a lot higher. I just personally think, based on my previous cycle that I've been in 2021, that we're nowhere even started in the cycle that um, everyone is waiting for and expecting. Now, I do believe the cycles are dead. Bitcoin is showing really strong, gradual growth now. It's becoming more of a safe haven and a hedge rather than it was in 2021, and people are flocking to it. People are now seeing Bitcoin as this total global reserve asset. And it's growing so gradual, and I think the dips are going to be a lot less than they were in 2021. 2021, we saw drawbacks during the bull cycle from about 30 to 50%. And I feel like now it's going to be between 10 to 15. There's too much institutional adoption and there's too many big corporate companies investing. BlackRock, MicroStrategy, to name a few, just keep buying weekly and daily. Like Michael Saylor announces every Sunday night that he's purchasing more. Today was such a small purchase for him. It's only 700 Bitcoin, which sounds insane. But the guy's been purchasing literally like thousands of Bitcoin a week for the past like 4 months. As I mentioned earlier, I like MicroStrategy and the Bitcoin proxies. It's probably my favorite one. And I do see it probably at $1 trillion market cap within 5 years, based on the amount of Bitcoin they own. So MicroStrategy, now known as Strategy, is pretty much converting its crappy tech company that it was back in the day into probably what's going to be the biggest Bitcoin treasury of our lifetime. And I do think that he's probably going to be the world's wealthiest man in 10 to 15 years. I'm going to do another video on Michael Saylor and Strategy and really dive into the charts and the company itself, because he has a lot of other small stocks through his company like Strife and Strike and MSTY and MSTU. And they're all proxies throughout Strategy that offer different yields and different dividend payouts and such to their investors. But thanks for staying tuned, guys. I appreciate you as always. Throw a comment and let me know where you see the price of Bitcoin in a month. Always curious to see people's predictions. I'm bullish. In 1 month, I say it's probably going to be about 140K. I'm hopeful. I'm confident. I've been here before. I know how Bitcoin works. And I do see it performing very well the last quarter of this year.